We can't go on like this. I'll handle this, sir. You can come out and see in a moment. We're out here in the middle of Cold Harbor, and that's the best question you can come up with? I am most definitely not talking to myself. Patience, sir. I'll explain everything. I am with the Mages Guild. We stepped through the portal and wound up in this vile laboratory. Daedra experimented on us. They merged our two souls. Now we're wasting away as this soul meld kills us.
To see out of Khajiit's eyes again. Zar hates being caged in that dark place. Yes, this one is pretty famous. Perhaps you have heard of Zar. But Zar must tell you, this soul meld is killing us. Will you help us? Will you unmeld this soul to a world? Pardon. The dwarven device that caused this is inside the laboratory. But Robo blocks the way. Collect Zar's notes and a bottle of pearl tincture. Questions are good. Ask and ask again. That is the systematic method of experimentation. Remember that you must know the rules before... Oh yes, we came to defeat the evil Moloch Baal. Or was it Menemarco? Zar forgets. So many bad things start with the letter... Unfortunately, no. The soul meld weakens us. And we must conserve our strength. With the recipe and the ingredients, this one can make a transmutation potion and exert almost...
You have no idea what it feels like to have a Khajiit scratching around inside your head. I know you said you were sorry, but the question has been asked. One of us is disorganized and enjoys experimenting with dwarfen machinery. The resulting explosion reduced the entryway to a pile of rubble and sent our supplies in all directions. Safe enough. We'll make our way to the entryway. We can manage a simple illusion to mask our presence. I never realized how my ability to perform magic defined me. Now that I cannot do the things that once came... A few of us arrived together, but only the alchemist and I survived the experiments. Zer's explosion had one...
Over here. This one used an illusion spell. Very little effort. Zar told you our friend would find us, Gathers. You worried too much. Godress is upset because we had to hide behind some rocks. Undignified. Quiet, Godress. This one knows what he's doing. This is most fragrant work, my friend. Most fragrant. Zar shall draft the potion in long enough to slip into the laboratory. A few minutes, give or take. Now, let Zar think. Was it? Zar thinks he saw some dried scarecrow over here. Ah, yes, here it is. Ah, Zar's finest potion yet. You will drink it now, yes?
This grows more taxing by the hour. Here is the potion. I hope Zer didn't cut any corners. Yes, sir, I'll be sure to mention it. I am not a mixer of potions, and I don't want to debate the merits of alchemy with Zer again. But the cat knows what he's doing. Inside, look for my notebook. It lists what you need to craft the antipodal rods. Rods that will reverse the soul meld. Just find the components and craft the rods. We will try to recuperate and regain enough strength to teleport ourselves inside. If you have questions, please find the metallurgy workshop. My notebook should be there, placed neatly on a workbench. It contains a list of what you need to create the antipodal rods. Gather the items and craft the rods. It shouldn't be a problem. The laboratory has a forge. Just follow the directions and apply the proper catalyst. The rods should be able to withstand the reversal process. Oh, very well. Zer reminds me that time is short, so I will try to be brief. The rods form two opposing forces that should create a negative energy vortex. In theory, the potion will...
变成猴子啊！
over here! The constructs have moved away from the forge. All this skulking around using up valuable energy on I'm afraid, to hope too much. But you've made such progress. Perhaps we shall end this torment after all. Melt the components in the furnace, then craft 2 rods. Teleportation was never this difficult before. The spell took so much out of me, I was afraid we would never materialize. We are so close. You need to use the rods to activate the dwarven device that performed the soul meld. Well, in a manner of speaking, understand that Zer and I do not have 2 separate bodies to return to. But if this works, the soul meld, the magic will separate the intertwined strands of our souls, but only one of us will Stop shouting, Zer. What? Oh, yes, of course. No, you're right. Based on our own experience, it appears that merging two souls into one vessel causes... Then nature takes its course. But at least we will have tried to beat this. At least, if the device works the way I expect, then the person operating it will decide which of our souls survives the reverse. Well, I could make a strong case as to why I should be the one to survive. My qualifications, my experience, my worth to the Mages Guild. But the truth is, I have grown fond of Zer. My right to survive is no greater than his. I wasn't sure the illusion would last long enough to make it across the chamber, but it did.
As the end approaches, this one must admit that he will miss our time together. This one can't believe you crossed this chamber without so much as an illusion to mask your presence. You are so brave. This one, theirs with... Next comes the exciting part. You test our theory. See those two pillars? One represents Zer, the other God. Yes, as we have explained, one body, one soul. At least one of us will survive to help the Mages Guild. Place the crystal into the machine, then insert an antipodal rod into each pillar to start the unmelding process. One of us must be saved. How strange this feels. To be simply, Zer is fine. At least, Zer thinks it is true. This one feels... Zer wants very much to leave this place. Many bad memories. The door is... Sir's mind feels empty, silent. I miss Godric already. During our time together, we determined that the dwarven device operates on the same principles as Molagbal's plane mail. Zur will honor that. This one is strong enough to open a portal now. We shall go to this hollow city Zur has heard so much about. The portal shall remain open for only a few minutes, my friend. Zur hopes to see you again in the hollow city.
I left my family back in...
My job is...
I hear old Afrin's hold is no longer haunted. If that was you, you have my thanks.
I've decided to stick around.
You know, I hate to drink alone.
这里居然有任务啊
This is just terrible. What should I do? What should I do?
这里怎么会有任务？哦，这个任务就是往这个塔去的啦。OK， 这奇怪怎么？
I can do this. I really can. All I have to do is trying to figure out my next move. I'm with the Fighters Guild. There was a portal. The Daedra used it, but it disappeared. Near as I can figure, the only way in now is to jump down into the water. If you're brave enough... What I wouldn't do to be in a nice, safe place. A tavern somewhere, maybe. The Daedra called it the Tower of Lies. I scouted around, looking for stairs or even some sort of secret entrance, but no such luck. The water looks... Scordo knows everything and he's tough as nails. Captains Ilram and Darak may be in charge, but Scordo keeps our unit running smoothly. I suggest you... I assumed Molag Bal was trying to be funny. It's really just a deep pit, so the tower is a lie. Get it? A lie. No? Neither did I. But maybe there used to be a tower here once. I'm a wood elf. I'm not a frontline soldier, if that's what you're getting at. If I have to fight, I prefer... There was a lot of yelling, fighting, movement. I'm smaller than a lot of the fighters, good at sticking to the shadows.
Did you really just leap down into this slime pit? You're either remarkably... Of course he did, the skinny weakling. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be in this mess. Oh, the fat bastard Ogrims dragged away my friends. We joined the guild together. It ain't right them getting tortured by Ogrim. Of course you do. Just make it quick. Me? Not much. No one pushes Scordo around. But the others? They chip away at rocks until they... We tried, but... Well, this place is strange. Most of us just gave up, lost our... What do I look like? The social committee? There's a bunch of prisoners down here from all over the place. Well, she isn't a guard, but if she's a prisoner, the Ogrims certainly don't give her any grief. To tell the truth, I'm curious about her myself. It's a prison pit. Aoife's the Unraveler runs the place. He loves the sound of his own voice. They split us up. It wasn't just me. A whole group of us got caught by the Daedra. We teleported into Cold Harbor to take the fight to Molag Bal.
I find your antics to be quite enticing, little mortal. Really? Most mortals look alike to me. Plus, there's that smell. The odor of warm blood and quiet desperation. Mildly unpleasant, if you don't mind me saying so. Ah, wait a moment. I do remember you. The mortal continues to speak to me. What does it want, I wonder? Perhaps... I assure you, contrary to the way this looks, imprisonment is not my usual situation. How fortunate for you.
The Watchers are my eyes. Their payment is your tears.
I don't think I can take much more of this. I can't sleep. I can't think. And the food tastes terrible.
The smell of fear and a mortal's pain bring joy to my blackened heart. As your mind unravels, try to dwell on your fear.
Scordo set up a rendezvous point in the north part of the pit. I'll see you there. Damn, she didn't make it. Find your ancestors, friend, and know that the court will avenge you.
The only way out of my tower of lies is death.
Scordo sent you, didn't he? Thank Tall Papa. Let me just grab a weapon before I go to meet Scordo at the rendezvous. Maybe I'll take out an Ogrim or two on my way.
How did it go? Are my companions safe? Damn. Orgath was a good soldier and a good friend. Thanks for helping the others, though. The key opens the passage to the next level. That's where they took Captain Isleram and Captain Arak. Hey, Aruz! I owe you one! For Borgath! key. It's in that chest over there. I'll go back and check on the others. Meet me by the passage door.
Fear. Your beating shall commence shortly.
Find the captains and find out what's going on up there. The plan is to get you to the second level so you can find out what's going on up there. I refuse to believe. Find Captain Eilram. I know him. He's a good man. This place must have him confused, or something worse has happened to him. I'm not big on speculating, but I'm certain that Blackheart Ifritz has something to do with it. Be careful around that one. It's his damn fault we ended up down here. He blundered into a Dremora patrol during a scouting mission.
If you enjoyed your flogging today, please remember to thank your Ogrim tormentor.
Ah, mortal. You are a curious. You don't really expect me to answer that, do you, little mortal? Needless to say, it amuses me to bide my time. Oh, yes. Watching them has been very entertaining. They struggle in a web. No, little mortal, I am neither your jailer nor your tormentor. I am merely a Even if I cared to explain myself to you, I will not hinder you, dear mortal. Consider that to be helpful.
Spies! There are spies everywhere! And Scordo, he could be one of Auroch's assassins. You could be one of her spies. Never trust an orc or... That's what any competent spy would say. Wouldn't hurt to prove you're not an illusion. Or a spy. His place. It does things to your mind. Auroch's gone. Before this place made her crazy, Auroch was a good friend. Now? I need to... It's my sword. And my father's before me. I dropped it while fighting one of the Ogrims. The Dremora dragged us down here and split us up. Easier to maintain control, I'm sure.
I find your antics to be quite enticing. Following you? An interesting notion. Perhaps... your interrogation.
guess you weren't an illusion after all. I almost expected you to stab me with it, not hand it to me. Arak says she can't stop the voices without her help. Thank you for doing this.
This place, it does strange things to your mind.
How do I know you aren't just a distraction so Ioram can slip behind me and stab me in the back? You killed Ifriz, Ioram. What else could there possibly be left to talk about?
Get a hold of yourself, Arak. Ifriz isn't one of ours. He's the bastard that runs this place. You're being manipulated. Here's our roster. You won't find Ifriz on it.
Let me see that. I'm sure I knew him. Didn't I?
We need to figure a way to get out of this tower of lies.
Who's that? Is that a Dremora?
I grow weary of this situation. It's time to put an end to Ifriz's interference. You need to kill Ifriz. I need him dead. It seems we have a common goal to discuss.
Help from a Dremora? Why, doesn't that reassure me?
We share a common problem, little mortal. It only makes sense. Do either of us have any other options? Ifriz created the barrier that blocks the way out of this prison. Eliminate Ifriz. How sweet of you to ask. Ifriz hides behind illusions. I have removed them. He has something of mine. Ah, little mortal.
avail you nothing.
Well done, little mortal. You killed Ifris, and I didn't have to lift a finger. Delightful. You and I will meet again, I think. I look forward to seeing what trouble you get into next.
By Malakath's bloody mace, I feel so much better. That unbearable cloud. I figured. We started sending people through the portal as soon as the barrier collapsed. Just making sure the stragglers get to the portal. By the way, you take a look at the...
Kept your head and did very well, my friend. The Fighters Guild owes you a debt.
You helped us get out of that terrible place. I won't forget. You could have just taken care of your own business in there and left us to our fate.
Scordo, you're free. By Ifri, you don't know how relieved I am to see you.
If you had half a brain in your head, you'd run and hide.
I'm really sorry, Scordo. I didn't mean to cause so much trouble.
You led an army of Daedra right toward us. You ignorant, scatterbrained, sorry excuse for a wood elf weakling.
I'll never do anything like that again. I promise.
Thanks again for your help. Now, excuse me while I go find that good-for-nothing wood elf and introduce his backside to my very large boot.
8点半，好，就先玩到这边了。